Well, hello there, beautiful people. It's your scent gourmand, Trina. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you a fragrance launched in 2014 by the very arty and unique fashion house, very Japanesey house, Comme des Garcons, despite the French name. I've yet to smell anything from this brand that wasn't interesting, I must say. This one is called Serpentine, and it's a green aromatic fragrance created by Amélie Bavière-Copperman. I'm usually not all that fussy about perfume packaging, but the artiness extends beyond the liquid here, with bottle and box designed by Tracy Emin. I'm thinking I'll cut this up and make it into a wall hanging or postcard or something. The bottle reads, "The grass, the trees, the lake, and you," giving a hint as to what lies within. The inspiration for this fragrance is the contrasts of a modern city. On the one side, you've got an historical parkland setting, the Serpentine galleries in London, England, such as Kensington Gardens and Hyde Park, which are lush with green notes. And the other side is the smells of modern man-made London, the smells of traffic and city air, but not super polluted, although pollution is there, I think. More of a cold and clear metal tone, if you will. The fragrance symbolizes not so much nature versus the city, but more nature living harmoniously within a city. Here are the notes. Beautifully cold, noxiously green, and very natural smelling, to me anyway, although there is a syntheticism about it. Serpentine takes me back to my childhood when I lived in a sleepy suburb miles outside Montreal. I step outside the front door of my family house to play at the end of a downpour, and I stand on the post-rain, steamy, warm driveway pavement of my family home. Pavement, not the British pavement, but the North American pavement, meaning just the material of the driveway. The pavement is steamy from being hot in contrast with the air, and it's summertime. There's sunlight and rainbows lighting up the wet blades of grass on the lawn right next to the driveway or the pavement. I rush to pick up my bicycle, which is resting on the grass, inviting the raindrops on it to change its steel into rust. Fumes from the grass, the pavement, and the steel tubes of my wee bicycle waft up to my nostrils. This is the aroma of summer outdoors on a day as a child when you get up early and spend the entire day joyously frolicking or gallivanting through the tree-laced suburbs and parks with your mates. It's happy, it's zingy, it's fresh, it's simultaneously moist and crisp, both natural and synthetic smelling. Summers that lasted forever. Sad how times have since sped up. Another image that comes to mind for me with this fragrance is one of industrial metal meeting with old wood. I see a carpenter in a newly refurbished workshop crafting away at whatever he or she is making, with cedar this time. And there are buckets of paint and turpentine on the freshly cleaned linoleum floor. I see organized metal tools, polished clean and hanging from a wall that was painted just a week ago. The workshop is in the city, but there's loads of freshly watered greenery. And there's a woman's purse on the handcrafted walnut table in the room, and one of her compacts in it has broken and it's spilled into the bag. And again, I get this olfactory image of metal, lots of fresh green notes, and this time, powdery cosmetics too. This is a very bright fragrance caused not by citrus, but by aldehydes, which I'm not usually a fan of. If you'll see my review of like classic fragrances, like Chanel No. 5, too much aldehydes in there for me. The aldehydes in here, though, are definitely not bothering me at all. I love the smell of this. Though, like many Comme des Garcons fragrances, there is an experimental literalness to this that might make it less wearable for some. I think it's wearable, but it's certainly not commercial. As you can see, I've doused myself with it on many occasions, and this is not that old. This fragrance is so succulent and watery, like when you have a huge stick of aloe vera and you snap it open and all the thick juice dribbles across your hands. It smells much greener than aloe vera though, like freshly mowed lawn. It definitely does bring to mind a park in a city, and a city not without air pollution, as I mentioned, but without that modern industrial element, I don't think it would be as impressive as it is, or as original. This metropolitan, futuristic green fragrance does both sweeten and sour up a smidge as it dries down, which is not ideal to my nose, as that pushes it a little towards the mainstream, which makes it kind of, boring, doesn't shine there. And there is musk in here, but I don't perceive much of it. And thankfully, I don't pick up any soapy notes, which I think others have claimed exists here. I guess I would say this leans masculine if pressed to make a gender choice, but there is that powdery effect in here as well. So really it's neutral. Neutral in all senses of the word, actually. This one lives close to the skin though, and I don't think it lasts very long. Really sad. I do love Comme des Garçons' avant-garde approach to perfumery though. Yes, do be warned that it is understated and not something I say is probably essential to, a basic perfume collection. No beast performance fragrance is awaiting you inside this bottle. Yeah, I'd say if you like fresh woody scents like Lalique's Encre Noire, Le Labo Santal 33, or Sycamore by Chanel. If you like those fragrances, which I've reviewed all together previously on my channel, I'll put a link up here somewhere, then I think probably this would be up your alley as well. Even though this is more of a grass replicator than a wood shop. It's the chalky, concrete dryness that calls them all up to mind. Mugler Cologne also comes to mind actually. And apparently this bears semblance to Comme des Garçons 2011, but I haven't smelled that one. Ok mes amis, c'est tout pour Comme des Garçons pour aujourd'hui. Et maintenant, après avoir fini avec cette vidéo, je vais sortir avec des vrais garçons. Ooh la la, enter the cougar. Smell you later, my lovelies. Scent Gourmand, signing out. Mwah.